More than 1,000 active wildfires are burning across Canada right now. British Columbia declared a state of emergency yesterday, while thousands in Yellowknife are being forced to leave their homes. Eric Viano has the harrowing details.
British Columbia residents were on high evacuation alert today after rapidly intensifying wildfires. Smoke could be seen billowing from the hills and mountains above West Kelowna, where thousands were forced to flee. The province-wide firefight has triggered a provincial state of emergency.
British Columbians know that right now we are facing the worst wildfire season in our province's history.
We are declaring a provincial state of emergency to ensure that we have rapid access to any tools that we may need to respond to this situation.
BC Premier David Eby made the announcement yesterday, saying the wildfire situation has evolved and deteriorated rapidly. The state of emergency lets the province enact emergency orders, including travel restrictions to keep roads clear for first responders.
And these tools are necessary to support communities, to support families, and support those brave frontline workers who are battling the fires in our forests and in our communities.
Meanwhile, most residents have fled Yellowknife following this week's evacuation order to a wildfire that is within 15 kilometers from the territorial capital. Satellite images from this week show smoke blanketing the remote city. Emergency teams, firefighters, utility workers, and the RCMP are among those who still remain there. Many evacuees have traveled to different areas of Alberta, and some were also being flown to Manitoba.
We moved up to Yellowknife in 1976. We've never ever seen a wildfire season like this.
It's kind of surreal up there right now. We've got lots of smoke in the air, and that's not new, but we've got the droning engines of water bombers.
Nobody envisioned an event of this scale, and it's still really stressful.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau spoke to media after a visit to an evacuation center for Northwest Territory residents today, saying the federal government would be there in coming months and years to help communities rebuild.
The federal government is there with the significant military assets. We're coordinating the air evacuations. We're making sure that we're there to respond to all the needs of community now, and we'll be there in the coming months and years as we look to keep people safe moving forward, even as we rebuild in places where there are terrible losses.
Experts say climate change has exacerbated the wildfire problem. Drought has been a contributing factor to the number and intensity of this year's fires. Much of Canada has seen abnormally dry conditions. Eric Viano, CHCH News.